I'm going to announce that Amravati champion of public speaking. Please put your hands for. Is it? Akanksha. Please put your hands for Akanksha. I request all of us to do this, please. Continue to आपको हाथों वापस अपने
all my dear friends, this is Akanksha Asnare standing here before you to present another unique, different and inspiring story. This story is not different because of the protagonist character, Chris Berg is unique. But this story is different because this will not fit into our perception boxes. To appreciate the full and significance of this true story, we must not forget that Chris Berg had Down syndrome, was physically challenged and differently able. So without any further delay, I begin with the story. We go back to that day, head lowered and exhausted, but determined young man chanted over and over to himself, "You can do it! You can do it! You can do it!" These words spoken for encouragement. Without fail, they drew one foot in front of the other. Looking up, Chris wiped his brow and searched for the glimpse of the finish line. With great effort, he crossed the finish line. By the time he did, reporters and photographers had already gathered around the young man who had secured the first position. Cameras zoomed in and flashed. With a smile that stretched from ear to ear, Chris bounded over and proudly went and stood next to the winner. Chris patiently waited for the reporters to finish their interview with the winner. At last, when the reporters turned to make the concluding remarks, Chris went to the reporter and instantly stepped forward, thrust out his hand to receive a congratulatory handshake. He said, "I just want to tell you this race, what a thrill this was, and how happy I am. How happy I am to have come in third." The reporter was startled and asked Chris, "Tell us about it." Chris said, "Wow, thank you for asking me to be interviewed. Of course I stood third in this race, but not bad, huh?" He didn't need an answer to this question, nor did he wait for one. Instead, he turned his face for all the world to see. This was national television, and with more joy I can ever remember, he said, "It's time to celebrate." With that, Chris ran over to line up for hugs and handshakes alongside the winner. But the suspense of the story is yet to come. This race was Special Olympics, and there were only 3 runners in the entire race. And Chris was actually happy and celebrating for having come in third in the race. Surprising, isn't it? Only 3 runners and he was happy and celebrating to having come in third. This doesn't fit in our perception boxes, isn't it? What would we have done if we would be in Chris's place? But this is the difference between Chris and us. So let's hear it from Chris's touching words. "My face might be different, but my feelings is the same. I laugh and I cry. I take pride in my games. I came here to teach you to love as God up in heaven looks down from above. I am one of the children, so special and few, that came here to learn the same lessons as you. That love is acceptance and it must come from the heart. We all have the same purpose but not the same start. The Lord gave me life to love and embrace, and I'll do as you do, but act at my own pace." And that is why Chris Berg, after this, went on to become one of the most popular actors in English movies. He opened various associations for the people suffering from Down syndrome. Because he understood that it's not about the goal, but it's about the journey. Success is not the way to happiness. Instead, it is happiness on the way. He lived for the journey and not for the goal. And that is what he had happiness in his life, even after being physically challenged and differently able. Because we need to understand, there will be times when we will be criticized. There will be times when we will be pinpointed. There will be times when we will be left alone. When things will not go our self-determination, and believe we will cross all the hurdles in our life. Remember, dear friends, that life is only 10% of what comes our way and 90% of how we react to it. So I just want to conclude by quoting what Oprah Winfrey once said, that the more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. Thank you so much, my dear friends. Please put your hands together, because you all are present here to have a change in your life and to be motivated and inspired. Thank you so much.